Proportional relationships less than 6 notes. Slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is one form of writing a linear equation. Remember, linear equations, when graphed, give you a line. And slope-intercept form is the most common way that we will write an equation. It's very beneficial. There's a lot of information given when an equation is written in slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form looks like y equals mx plus b. So the y is isolated by itself on one side of the equation, and then the x term and the constant term are on the other side of the equation. Again, it's y equals mx plus b. What does the m represent? Well, we've already talked about m. M is the slope. M is the slope. And b is your, well, it's called the slope-intercept form because b is your y-intercept. From now on, I'll probably just put y and then like that for y-intercept. So m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. M is the slope, b is the y-intercept. So remember, slope is rise over run. Slope is rise over run. Your y-intercept. Well, the y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis. It's the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. So again, the y-intercept is the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. As an ordered pair, it looks like 0, then a number. As an ordered pair, it looks like 0, then a number. So that number, whatever it is what b is. So again, the slope is your rise over run, that's the m, and b is your y-intercept. We're going to use this later to graph, and you'll find that knowing the slope-intercept form, it makes graphing much, much easier. So again, m is the slope, it's your rise over your run, and b is the y-intercept. It's where the graph crosses the y-axis. It's the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. Okay? So underneath that, it says state the slope and the y-intercept of each of the following equations. We're going to state the slope and the y-intercept. So for A, again, slope is in front of x. So box that 3. That is your slope. Your y-intercept follows the x. The y-intercept follows the x. And the sign that is in front of it goes with that number. The sign in front of the number goes with the number. So my y-intercept isn't 7, it is -7. So my slope is 3, my y-intercept is -7. For B, The slope is in front of x. So my slope is -2. My y-intercept is +9. Slope is in front of x, y-intercept is behind x. Slope is in front of x, y-intercept is behind x. For C, my slope is in front of x, so my slope is -5. Now, there's nothing behind x. If there's nothing behind there, what number represents nothing? That would be 0. So in this case, when there's no constant, that means the y-intercept is 0. In other words, this graph goes through the origin. So y equals -5x will cross through the origin and has a slope of -5. For D, my slope is 3/4. Because the slope is in front of x and the y-intercept is behind x. Behind x is -3. So again, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. I would say that to yourself over and over again. Slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. Slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. Slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Your slope is your rise over run, and your y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis. All right, if you have any questions on slope-intercept form, please let me know.